The yogurt shop murders, location and victims. At around closing time 11:00 p.m., 2 employees and 2 guests were targeted at an "I can't believe it's yogurt" shop on West Anderson Lane. The victims: Eliza Thomas, 17, Jennifer Harbison, 17, Sarah Harbison, 15. Amy Ayers, 13. The girls were forcefully brought to the back storage room, compelled to strip, bound in their underwear, gagged, and executed with shots to the back of the head. At least one had been sexually assaulted. Then the shop was set ablaze to destroy evidence. Eliza, Jennifer, and Sarah were severely burned. Amy received partial burns. People.com +2. Investigators believe 2 men were involved, using 2 different guns during the crime. Witnesses reported suspicious behavior in the shop shortly before closing. A massive task force was launched. For teenage boys, Morris Pierce, Michael Scott, Robert Springsteen, and Forrest Welborn were arrested in 1991 due to proximity and suspicion. Pierce had a .22 caliber handgun similar to the murder weapon. In 1999, confessions were obtained from Scott and Springsteen, implicating each other and the others. They were convicted, one sentenced to life, another to death. Years later, both recanted, claiming coercion. Their convictions were overturned. Charges dropped in 2009 when DNA evidence surfaced that didn't match any of them. DNA and cold case challenges. Investigators later extracted YSTR, male DNA, from one victim. A match existed in an FBI data, but procedural anonymity laws prevented disclosure. This DNA remains unexplained and unmatched to any known suspect. The FBI declined to release identifying information about the YSTR match. In response, federal lawmakers proposed new legislation granting victims' families the right to petition for case reviews, a move inspired in part by this case. Media and cultural resonance. The tragedy inspired a 2025 HBO docuseries titled The Yogurt Shop Murders, directed by Margaret Brown and executive produced by Emma Stone's Fruit Tree Company. Premiered at S. Investigators and survivors, along with archival footage. The case has also featured on 48 Hours, Investigation Discovery, People magazine investigates, and true crime documentaries exploring the flawed investigation, false confessions, and enduring impacts on the community. Summary timeline. Event details. December 6, 1991 for girls murdered and shop set ablaze. 1991 arrests for teenage suspects. 1999 convictions. Scott and Springsteen convicted. Pierce and Welborn released 2009. Overturned all convictions. Dismiss after. DNA evidence 2017. DNA breakthrough. YSTR. Male DNA detected. FBI refuses access. 2025. Docuseries debut. HBO series explores case and traumatized. Yogurt shop murders remain unsolved, despite decades of investigation, procedural, evolution, and public attention. The combination of arson, multiple weapons, false confessions, and incomplete DNA testing underscores why the case continues to elude resolution. The families persist in seeking answers, investigators remain open to new tips, and advocates are working to reform cold case oversight. The case remains officially open and under the Austin Police Department's Cold Case Unit, with the Travis County DA's office affirming it will never give up. New DNA profiling technologies and potential confessions remain the most likely paths to closure. Investigators and families are urging witnesses or those with information to come forward. A peaceful evening turned into a night of unimaginable horror that shattered Austin's innocence. Despite flawed investigations and lost justice, the family's persistence and advances in science offer a glimmer of hope that someday the truth may come to light.